Hello students, in the last video we have seen the composition of brick earth which is used to make the bricks, clay bricks. So in this video we will be seeing manufacturing of bricks. Manufacturing of bricks consists of four different stages. The first one is we need to prepare the brick earth so that make it compatible to the further processes. Then molding of bricks, then finally drying and burning of bricks. The preparation of brick earth consists of several steps, so it is being given in detailed procedures. First one is we have to choose a site from where we can get the clay deposits, right? So the first after choosing the site we have to remove the top soil so that we can get disturbance free or any foreign material free clay deposit. The top layer of the loose soil about 20 centimeter contains a lot of impurities, and hence it should be taken out. So that is nothing but removal of top loose soil. So once you remove the top loose soil you have to make the digging so that only you can take out the clay out out on the surface of the earth. So this dug out earth is spread into heaps about 60 centimeter to 120 centimeters. So what they are telling, we have to make the dug out clay into heaps of 60 centimeter to 120 centimeter. So all the undesirable desirable matters like stones, vegetable matter, and wooden pieces are also have to be removed. Lumps of clay should be converted into powder form. So what is that lumps? In the sense it's a clay only, but it is in the form of a large size pebble. So it should not be present while molding the brick. So we have to make it into a powder form. So what is that heaps? So soil heaps is nothing but, so dug out clay has to be made in this way. So this is nothing but the soil heap. So in this way we have to make the soil heap of 60 to 120 centimeter in vertical height. So like this you have to make the soil heaps in a given site so that it can be ready for the next step. So right, so next step is nothing but weathering in the sense subjecting those soil heaps for the continuous outer atmosphere. The earth is then exposed to atmosphere for softening. The period of exposure varies from weeks to full season. So this is a very important phase in during the preparation of brick earth. Once the weathering phase is being completed, the dugout clay is becoming more soft, which is then very much useful in during the next further steps. So next is blending. Blending is nothing but clay is mixed with suitable ingredients. The suitable ingredients in the sense here we may call it as any external agent or water or a gel based ingredient which will help in blending the clay particles one on each other so that it can become a semi plastic state. So it is carried out by taking a small portion of clay every time, and by turning it up and down in vertical direction. We just need to after the period of weathering we just need to mix the ingredient in soil heaps, and we need to make it upright down, so by in the vertical direction, so that all the individual clay particles will become so soft and plastic in the state. Then finally we need to do the tempering one. So what is tempering? It is done to make the whole mass of clay homogeneous and plastic. So the required water is added and needed is happening. So what is that tempering will look like? It may look like this one. So we just need to use human labors or any animal or cattle so to make the clay tempered like this. So, right, so the first stage, once the preparation of the earth is done, we need to go for the molding. So the molding can be done manually or with the help of machines. So hand molding are also can be done on ground molding or table molding. So molding is nothing but an empty mold will be prepared in such a way that what shape and dimension of brick we are requiring, right? So in that sense it will be there, and into which people will pour or pour the prepared clay. So the in the raw state pour the prepared clay will be in a state of semi plastic, so it will be filling into the mold and the top surface will be smoothened. So the same work can be done with the help of machine molding also, right? So if you see here, what you are seeing in this picture is nothing but table molding, and here what you are seeing is nothing but hand molding. So the that that the wooden chamber what you look is nothing but a large mold, into which inside which we can make a cut so that we can have number of bricks. So ultimately it will look like this, right? We need to take the mold and we have to place the mold on a surface, and we have to pour the clay into which, and we have to make the surface top surface smoothen, and we have to take out the mold, right? So that's how the molding process is happening. Once the molding is done, where the molded bricks will be laid for the next process called drying. So the drying of bricks can be done in an open yard or in a industrial manner, right? So after the bricks are molded, they are dried. This is done on specially prepared drying yards. So, right, drying yards is nothing but an empty ground in which we are placing the brick without having any external disturbances, right? So bricks are stacked in the yard with 8 to 10 bricks in each row, so which may look like this, right? So which may look like this. So this is nothing but your uh, uh, drying yard in which bricks are being stacked all together for a continuous period of at least 5 to 12 days, so with the possible or favorable climate. So this is the concern here. So during drying it must be protected from wind, rain. After drying, bricks are sent for the next operation of burning. So burning can be done either in clamps or in kilns. Clamps are nothing but some conventional setup. Kilns are nothing but the industrial based setup. So the required temperature of kiln is, which means the burning process is 1200 to 1500 degrees Celsius we may require, depending upon the largeness of the bricks you are burning, right? So the burning can be done in clamps or the kilns. The clamps would may look like this one. So which is a conventional procedure. Yeah, hood which is made up of a clay and other silica based material. So inside which at the bottom people would insert some wooden chips or wooden waste so that to make the flames. So inside the hood, if you see from the side view, you can able to see some empty spaces inside which the bricks will be stacked over one another. So this sort of burning was being practiced in a conventional way. So for this particular process to be done, it will take some a continuous burning of 3 to 4 days, so that only the entire mass of the bricks and the individual also it would get burnt completely and perfectly. So this was of course practiced as a conventional procedure, but still due to the demand people started using industrial based setup, which is nothing but kiln. So kiln is like a closed chamber inside which you can able to control the temperature and the humidity. So of course it is a controlled setup, so you can make the temperature as high as 1200 to 1300 degrees Celsius. So into this sort of kiln burning, the burning process can be done in a sort of in a period of one shift or two shift, which means 8 to 16 hours maximum, right? So once the bricks are burnt in clean in such a way, then the stacks of bricks will be kept outside for some sort of cooling. Then finally it will be go for the delivery yard. So in this picture, if you see the flow, you can able to understand. First digging of clay is happening, then the preparation of the prepared clay is happening, then sand plus water they are adding, and finally they are molding and drying. So here the drying also happens in a form of a oven, so which is an industrial process. Then it is going to a series of kiln based burning, in which they are having different sort of the temperature variation for a different set of time. Then finally after the clean temperature, then finally it is subjected under sort of cooling, then finally it is packaged and it is being delivered. So the whole process can be visualized through this pics. So once the bricks are manufactured based upon what method it is being followed. So what method, in the sense, in the molding process we told hand molding is there, machine molding is there. In the burning process we told clamp based burning option is there, and clean based burning option is there. So the output will have a various or certain varied qualities. So based on that, we are having different qualities of bricks. So which means we can say it as classification of bricks. So first class, second class, third class, and fourth class bricks. So first class bricks, if you see, the bricks are molded through table, which means it will have an uniform shape and dimension and proper cutting edges, so it will be consistent in color. Then water absorption capacity should not more than 20 percentage. What is that water absorption of bricks? We will be seeing upcoming slide. So in the second class bricks, these are molded in ground. So that's the difference from first class and second class. First class is molded through table, second class molded in ground. So because of that molding happens in ground, the shape and the sizes are uneven in nature. So the edges may not be so perfect, the dimension and the length may not be so perfect. Edges are neither straight nor properly demarcated. It would be having some sort of defect in nature. Then inconsistent in color, that is very much important. We will be seeing the required aspect of color of a brick. So water absorption does not surpass 22 percentage. So in first class bricks, the water absorption is 20 percentage. In the second class brick, water absorption may up to 22 percentage, but it should not go beyond that. So that's the difference, right? Different characteristics of first class and second class bricks. So third class bricks, so it is molded in ground. Again, it's a molded ground based molding, so its shape and size would not be even, and the color would also be light yellowish. The color is light yellow. So yellow in the sense, it indicates improper burning has been done, and edges are asymmetrical. So one side of the brick may have a sharp edges or inclined profile edges, but in the other side it may be totally a different sort of thing. And here the water absorption may up to 25 percentage. So that's the major difference between first, second, and third class bricks regarding water absorption. So and then finally fourth class bricks. So whatever burning or molding you have followed, a certain quantity of bricks would have been subjected and under a very large temperature. So those bricks would be burnt excessively. This is unavoidable in nature, whether you follow a clean based burning or clamp based burning or whatever it may be. So certain quantity of bricks will be overburnt. So those overburnt bricks would be in the color of black, and they cannot be used for structural purposes directly, which means structural purpose in the sense load bearing purposes. So, right, these are all the classifications of bricks. So we have seen the manufacturing indicates preparation, molding, drying, and burning. Molding can be done in hand or manual and using machine also. So then burning can be followed with the help of clamp burning or clean based burning. And based on these manufacturing processes, we are having what? We are having the classifications of bricks. So first class, second class, third class, and fourth class bricks.